What's up, guys? Welcome, Zeus here. Uh, let's jump on it to see what's going on today. It's a crazy day. Was expecting volatility for tomorrow, but apparently we have volatility already today. So let's see what's coming today and tomorrow, especially. It's very important week ahead of us. So that's why I call it emergency meeting. So let's see and jump on it. Okay, so let's start from the market on CoinGecko. I was expecting volatility for tomorrow, but we had kind of boring market for the last week. But apparently, volatility was already started today. So look at that. Bitcoin was hovering around 90,000, but it's get flushed down to the 87,000, which is crazy. We don't know what really happened right now, but it's a week ahead, and maybe that's why some liquidations happen. And let's see, let's try and figure out what it is and what's coming in the near future. So yeah, crypto bubbles for 1 hour, pretty much everything is bloody red. So ain't looking pretty. Same pretty much as a day. Uh, so yes, from the block news today, just in Bitcoin falls, like I said, below 87,000, dumping over 3,000 in 50 minutes. So yeah, that's a little bit crazy, but we'll expect volatility for tomorrow for the macro news, for the actually fairly good news. But sometimes good news can be bad news. Uh, so yes, let's see. That's the uh, news for next week's schedule, which is tomorrow. First day will be. We have everything about Feds, Jerome Powell, Trump, and all of this sense and nonsense. So Monday we're gonna have quantitative tightening, which is gonna be ending. So they're gonna start injecting the money from December 1st and pretty much support the economy, fed them money pretty much to the economy. It should be a good thing, but doesn't look like today. So on Tuesday, Fed starts printing. So Wednesday, PMI data release and Thursday, jobless claims reports for the previous months and government shutdowns. So I don't know if they count or not. They're kind of very irresponsible with a government shutdown. They cannot figure out what's the data, what's the report of the jobless and other information. So, and on Friday will be a Fed balance sheet release. So, like they say, biggest bull run starts next week. Apparently, it's not a bull run and it's not next week. So it looks like it's the biggest bear for this moment. So, but we're not gonna be too desperate, right? So, uh, let's see, guys. Please like and subscribe. Just let you know it's none of this financial advice. Okay, what do we have here? We have here uh, Sun Films, our regular person, I guess, good buddy of mine, Zeus. What do you think of the fun strut Tom Lee or Mark Newton? Okay, Sun Films. What I'm gonna say that I have a news actually about that. It will. I'll show you a little bit later. I think a lot of people hate Tom Lee, but and I feel them, but you cannot underestimate the guy. He's very knowledgeable, and he's from finance and crypto world. He's actually uh, kind of wrong for the last couple months about Bitcoin. He's saying Bitcoin go to $250,000 or so in the end of the year. Ethereum go to the tens of thousands, but apparently we don't see this coming. But guess what? You cannot underestimate Tom Lee. I think he's a very, very knowledgeable guy, and everybody right at some point and everybody wrong at some point. So he cannot always be right. So, but we just need go with the flow and to see what's going on, right? So, and we is from some films. Yes, Tom Lee has been wrong lately. Yep, that's what I'm saying. And very many people not happy about him, and also he's representative of the Ethereum company, and actually they are like in a couple billions in negatives right now and doing very bad. But we'll see what's going to happen. He kind of trying do the copy of the Michael Saylor book as a Bitcoin, but here as him as a Ethereum. But we'll see what's gonna be. Uh, Here we go from another good person. I'm awesome. 1822. Tom Lee is a grifter. Yeah, he's too busy to push in crypto. Well, what I can say, it's in his interests that to push the crypto, and we all in all our interest in have crypto because we somehow uh, actively or passively investing in crypto. Some people gambling, doing bad stuff, long and short in market. Right here, one person who's doing it and cannot be proud of that. Some people just invest in, which is I recommend just invest dollar cost average. So, but reality, yes, we uh, all pushing the crypto somehow, right? And if we are staying here on the market and just should keep it up. And if we here all retail mostly gone, so they'll coming back probably when it's going to be 150,000. I don't know. It's going to be next month, 2 months from now, 2 years from now. We'll see. Like I said, we're just going to go with the flow. But we should tap ourselves on the back that we're here in the bad times. So um, yeah, and we just should keep it going. And all of that speculation, none of these people knows, and none of them Nostradamus. So yeah, we should stick around right now with the macro news and just keep an eye. But if we're gonna go deep lower below, apparently right now, if it's 80, how much we have right now? Let's check. Yeah, it doesn't look pretty. It's 87, a little bounce. Doesn't really count as a bounce. But yeah, hey, dollar cost average, none of this financial advice, right? So that's the reality. So what else? Here's that's the speculation. I'm not sure if it's real news. So until we know it's for sure, I think it's not the real news. Trump shares a new clip claiming Fed Chair Jerome Powell is resigning. Bullish for markets. I'm encouraged by reports that Jerome Powell is considering resigning, and I think this will be right decision for America, and economy will boom. It is actually everybody tired of the Jerome Paul, that he's in charge and he cannot do the cut rates, and he have all this beef with Trump. And personal beef is personal. Republicans, Democrats, whatever, right? But for the economy is crashing hard, so you need to cut the rates. Maybe not as aggressive as Trump said, but you need to do that because it does make sense. Here we go. Comment from takes cake. Crypto, Fed. Yep. Well, like we see, it's everything right now. It's not even crypto depends from uh, Feds. It's stock market. Well, stock market is like only a couple percent below all-time highs. So, and we are completely not correlated this time, this cycle with the crypto, with the stocks and S&P 500 and all of them Nasdaq. So Yeah, all markets depends from Fed. The world markets, stock markets, crypto, of course, and housing. Most important actually housing depends uh, of the rate cuts, because none of the people cannot cut the none of the people can sell the houses or buy the houses. First of all, of course, it's unaffordable nowadays, but uh, second of all, that rates are super high, and plus if you add 6% something plus bank a couple percent, it's outrageous. Nobody can afford having those rates. But if Trump, let's see what he's saying. Here we go. Trump urges Fed cut the rate interest by 3 or 4% to 1%. Well, that's his plan. So, like I said before, that actually that let's listen to him what he said, and I explain later.
And now he's got us in a bad place. So we're paying $360 billion a year for each point. Now, I believe we should be 3 or 4 points lower. So that's over $1 trillion we pay every year in interest. And it's really just a paper calculation. You sign a document and you save almost $1 trillion. And now he's got us in a bad place. So we're paying.
All right, right. So yeah, Trump pretty much want cut the rates up to the 1%, which is right now is 4.25, if I'm not mistaken, and 1% right now it will be like a, let put myself 1% right now it will be like a pretty much 0% when with the Joe Biden when his rates been cut that time in 2020 2021, and there's no way we're gonna get uh, up to the zero, but 1% I think it's will be really nice deal, and everything's gonna start moving up, everything's gonna start printing big balance sheet. Is going to be all injecting all money pretty much in the economy, in the United States economy, and of course world economy. If America's doing well, then of course definitely um, rest of the world. uh, However many people maybe don't care about America and don't like America, but at this moment whatever's going on in United States, it's still affect the rest of the world. So if, like they say, America sneezed, rest of the world gonna get sick. The rest of the world gonna get flu. So that's the reality. So let's see what we have here. Okay, Fed is officially putting end to the QT this Tuesday. So that's not a fact. That's not a fact. They're gonna start quantitative uh, easing, but that's the plan since December 1st. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jerome Powell and he's coming and he's gonna be more hawkish, which is more stricter and gonna make some another stupid stuff, stupid jokes. So, but yeah, real stuff. If it's gonna happen, like I said, on those news that where we see it here, if it's r- real or fake, but if he's gonna get out from that, or he just gonna finish the his time in May, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and then Trump gonna put his own person in charge. So then I think, is gonna bull gonna start strong, or maybe not. We'll see. So, but we all should be careful this moment. So, but here we go. Here's the news from this person. Historically, every red November has been followed by the red December. So like we see that, but guess what? September, October, November was always September, October, November being always green months too on every mostly. So maybe it's gonna go opposite. Maybe it's gonna be green months, right? So it looks like can be other way around. So let's see. Let's pray, or just let's just stick around with the market and see what's gonna be. So hopefully we'll be all right. Um, and here is the another another news. Let me put myself here. Yes, this is the silver monthly chart, uh, by the way. So yes, silver hit a new all-time high of $57. It's up almost 100% year to date. So yeah, I guess what do we have? We have a gold hit all-time high, pretty much 300% for the last 10 years or what. Then we have S&P 500 hit all-time high, and guess what? We are in dumpster, right? Crypto doing very bad. It's 4-year markets not exist no more apparently. So we split on the separate camps. People think still it exists. People or other people think it's no more. But volatility 20-30% for the Bitcoin, it's been normal, So and nothing new about that. People freaking out. But think, guys, if somebody tell you 2 years ago that fear and greed on the market is super crazy, like below 10, and everybody's freaking out that Bitcoin 80 plus thousand, what would you think right now if you would heard about that when Bitcoin was 2022 was $15,000? I would take that, right? So 80 now 90,000, and you see people changing their minds so quick. Of course we had I'm sure some people went to the uh, and bought and 120 plus thousand, and right now they hate it, and many people pretty much uh, sell it, and they pretty much say F it and leave the crypto, and they've been bitter, and I don't blame them. It's rough, it's a blood sport. Crypto, it's tough. So but think, guys, if a couple of years ago somebody tell you it's 80,000 and everybody freaking out is 80 or 90,000, you would take that, right? Versus 15,000 was a couple years ago. So we ain't that in that bad situation. So what do we have here? We have here from Takes Cake. Silver and gold ETF driving price to feels like a major crash incoming. So here we go. Let's check. Asset by rank. Okay. Here we go. Let me put myself here. So where are we at? Right here. Silver is $3.2 trillion right now. So, and gold, it was how much was that? It was hit $31 trillion. So, yeah, everything. Well, pretty much, people start investing in hard assets, which is silver and gold, which is I'm contradict that. I think Bitcoin is harder asset than anything else in this world, including housing and real estate. So, but look at that. Even silver, silver is not so popular. And we have a Bitcoin here, 1.7 trillion only. Such a small asset, right? Is number 9, right between Meta and Broadcom. So, do we're gonna reach gold? I think we will next year, in 10 years, maybe later, but it will outperform because we going in the right direction. We go in a Bitcoin is gonna be future. Future. It is. It's not future. It's present money of the world. Dollar is deflating. The rest of the money is. Rest of the money pretty much inflating, and it used to be oil, uh, dollar-backed oil, right? But not anymore. Like all Saudis, all Middle East right now, rich Middle East, right? Dubai, they become in pro crypto and they start investing because they understand that they have only limited amount of the oil and eventually they need to get adoption of something else. And they're one of the top people who is adopting the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And I think it's a very smart idea, right? So that's the reality. Bitcoin, uh, most scarce asset in the world, and that's the new money. That's the new asset. That's the new gold. And the reality that we should spend dollar. We're always gonna need the dollar. We're gonna have right now we already have stable coins, USDC, USDT, Tether, and we're gonna have digital dollars, and we have to use them to spend them. And Bitcoin, we have to have Bitcoin just to keep them like in a safe on your private wallet, ledger, whatever, Trezor, whatever your preference is. But that's the future. That's your all assets, real estate, gold, stocks. And I'm actually pro stocks too, particular stocks. But Bitcoin, that's the future of you, me, and everybody else that I don't see no other way out other than that, and some particular cryptos. But of course, do your own research. So let's jump in further. So where we end, here we go. From Mr. Crypto Whale. The fair value of Bitcoin based on liquidity is 165,000. It's currently sitting at 90, which is already 80-ish, 87. Biggest misprice condition we've seen in a long time in the markets. Previous comparable periods after Corona, FTX crash in 2018 bottom, and of course after 10 this month. Last month. So yeah, value may be higher, but you see, without liquidity injections and without economy getting stronger, we still not gonna pump hard. So that's the reality. We need to move further, get markets on track. So and then we'll see. Of course, I guess we have a Bitcoin right now on the fire sale, same as a crypto, other crypto assets. But yeah, guys, do your own research. Nobody knows nothing, none of this financial advice, and that's the reality. You have to be on the market all the time. Spend some couple minutes, couple hours, however you guys can, a day, a week, a month, to research that, and you're gonna be ahead of many people because crypto adoption is still in single digits in the world. It's like, I think it's like barely over 10% or something like that. People doesn't even know. People still believe Bitcoin is a scam and use it for the solicit assets or drug sales, which is crazy. So, and here we go. What happened behind not behind the curtains, but pretty much that's the reality. That's the wallets from 0x Nobler breaking exchanges and funds are silently buying Bitcoin ahead of the Fed meeting tomorrow. So Kraken bought 10,000 Bitcoin, Binance 9100, Wintermute bought 2,800, OKX bought 1,500, Coinbase 1,000. So yeah, accumulations happen behind the scenes, but you can see all of these wallets pretty much they all open ledgers, so you can track them, and they all accumulating. So that's the reality. What do we have here? Exactly, this happens all the time. People dump the coins, fire sale for huge buys. Yeah, we're already tired of buying the dips. It's tough, right? So nobody have any money left, especially if you not in a Bitcoin, but if you in a secondary crypto assets, you've been pretty much demolished. Many crypto is minus 80, 90% or more. So it's kind of sad. And many of them actually, most of them never go back to the all-time highs. But we have Bitcoin, we have Solana, we have questionable Ethereum, which is I'm not so much supportive, but still, it's you cannot underestimate Ethereum with like Tom Lee, and it's still second heaviest asset, crypto asset in the world. So it is what it is. So that's the reality, and we're just gonna learn later on about Solana, about other blockchains. There's too many blockchains, and meme coins speculating, it's all fun, but yeah, in reality we should be conservative. Just Bitcoin and maybe a little bit speculation, but not too much. But none of this financial advice. Here we go. That's my only fear with BTC right now is large players will control the market. Yes, large players control the market, but still, many wallets, they're divided. A lot of whales actually left. A lot of whales. That's why actually market been very bad. I think whales from many years ago. I think it's one whale who purchased a bunch of Bitcoin for $10,000. I think it's 2010 or something. They just sell it over $1-ish billion. So think of that. They pretty much sell the under $100,000 for 1.1 or 1.2 billion dollars. So I don't blame them. They hold for that long since 2010 or 2011. So what it goes to the market. So and many people holding and many Bitcoin is lost. So let them sell. Even Satoshi Nakamoto gonna wake up or comes out and his wallet gonna start moving and selling 1 million Bitcoin that Satoshi has it. It's is it bad? Yes, it's gonna be bad. Maybe it's then was reasonable. Probably if Bitcoin gonna hit minus 50%. But look at that. Large players, they actually hate the retail. You know why? Because retail get in Bitcoin way before the Wall Street, way before the institutions, and it's never happened in the history, right? It's always institutions and like BlackRock and Fidelity and everybody else, and institutions and government. Nobody was before. Retail. It's like plebs, right? Retail, well, plebs. They just give us leftovers and that's it. You don't really make no money. But here we go. We find the crypto and people make so much money, and of course they actually dump in the market, and I actually is not surprised that they dump in the market for that very reason, to buy cheaper. So maybe it's good because in the future we know where it's going. Bitcoin will be $1 million, and we're gonna get back to this conversation. Right now, no. 3 years now, no. But I think 5-ish years in nearly future, we're gonna have 1+ million Bitcoins, and then guess what? We're gonna dump from 1 million to 700,000, and everybody's gonna leave and gonna say Bitcoin scam, and nobody wanna have that Bitcoin, right? So that's the reality. So, but here we go. It's always you can fool the retail easily, but after not too many years, I've been in the crypto market since 2020. I'm kind of becoming thick-skinned, especially if you hold the good assets, But if you hold meme coins like I do, some or other speculation, of course, you're gonna. It's nerve-wracking if you can be minus 99%, and it sucks. So that's the reality. Let's check. It's one more comment there. Coins that allow faster transfer assets cheaper than ETH. I agree with your take on it. Yes, uh, exactly. What I would say, coins like Solana, Solana have like super fast transaction. I don't know. Everybody talk about XRP, but XRP doing nothing. Maybe it's been XRP been fancy 6 8 years ago and had some stuff, but they want to be bank currency, bank transferring bank currency. But look, we have Solana. It's like 50,000 transaction per second or so. It went all the way up, and it's gonna go in the millions eventually. So, and I physically use myself Solana. It's my 8-year-old son can pretty much use that. It's so easy. Download your Phantom wallet, and you pretty much can transfer to each other, make as many wallets, and it costs you not even a fraction of the penny. It costs you 0. I think 40 cents, 1 cent. So, and guess Ethereum right now doesn't cost nothing because uh, there's no transaction there. But if we all remember in 2020, in other when it was Board 8 Yacht Club and Cyberpunks and other NFTs, you want to purchase something and get something, a transactions went all the way till 1,000, 2,000 and more dollars per transaction in Ethereum, which is outrageous, you know. So of course, we have another layers, layer ones like Solana. Also, we have right now Hype and Sui. So it's quite a bit of layer ones right now. So Ethereum, like, yeah, we still should underestimate because of the, not even because of the Ethereum, but because of the institutions. But something like Solana got a contract with Western Union because Western Union using stable coins on Solana, and like other XRP army said they're gonna use it on in the Western Union, but apparently they cancel XRP and they jump on Solana. So here we go. You don't need to go far away. That's the reality. So let's see. And here's for my friend, Mr. Dan, talk about Tom Lee. Let's listen real quick what he have to say from Aaron Bennett.
Almost through this year.
Or let's say 7,000 in the S&P by year end. Now that's only like 2.5% up from here. We made some progress. But a year ago, you also thought we'd hit 7,000 in the first half of this year. So what happened along the way? And I guess what might you think about in terms of impediments looking into 2026?
Yes, I mean, we're almost through this year. And I'd say looking back, this was 5 years of history compressed into 1 year because we had a major bear market, the biggest tariff hikes ever. And that, of course, killed any hope of any 7,000 in the first half. But miraculously, stocks went into a waterfall decline and recovered every single point of that decline symmetrically. So it really speaks to the resilience. But I guess as we're thinking about next year, I bet.
So let's not listen everything. Tom Lee talks a lot all the time. So, but yeah, he's pretty much been predicting that Bitcoin gonna break 200 plus thousand by the end of the year, and you see, guys, didn't happen. We breaking actually we breaking down, right? So what do we have right now? Yep, we breaking even lower. It looks like double down and going lower, so that sucks. But yeah, that's the reality. predictions, but we need to see on the market, we need to see on the macro what Trump do, what the Fed Reserve do right now. Even all TAs, I'm no TA guy. I learned a little bit. I'm still studying, you know, thankful to that. And but TAs even doesn't work right now because all this wars, all of these tariffs, all of this news actually affecting crypto and other markets very hard. So is no TA right now, matter no more. So, and I have a couple more shares here. Here is Elon Musk have a really nice take.
There's still some fundamental currencies, if you will, that are physics based. So energy is the true currency. This is why I said Bitcoin is based on energy. You can't legislate energy. You can't just pass a law and suddenly have a lot of energy. It's very difficult to generate energy, especially to harness energy in a useful way to do useful work. So I think that probably we won't have money, and probably we'll just have energy, power generation as the de facto.
So Elon Musk, like always, is maybe weird guy, maybe genius. I mean, he's genius, and I do like the guy a lot. He does maybe not politically, he's too much politically, but he's super genius, in his own stuff, his AI, Tesla, batteries, solar. Pretty much what do we have in this life? Everything is energy, right? So money is energy, work is energy, life is energy. So yeah, pretty much, yeah, Bitcoin, like Elon Musk explained, is a currency based on energy. So that's the most valued energy in our lifetime right now. So what our grandparents had before, buying the houses in America, on the beach in California for $20,000 60 years ago, that's what our Bitcoin, buying now for 80K, it's not too late. So that's the reality. And what else right here? Little news. Apparently that China and Russia reportedly using Bitcoin to settle certain trade transactions. Yep. That's what used to be petrodollar, right? So we had the petrodollar created by, I'm not sure which president, with Saudis. And actually, by banning, for example, Russia, nothing against Russia or Ukraine, they're all brothers over there, and I do not support nothing political, no wars, but by banning something like Russia or other countries like China or something, their money or their assets or they invest in, pretty much everybody jumping on a Bitcoin standard. So that's the new reality. Bitcoin standard is here already. It's not 10 years or 20 years from now. It's already, even BRICS, like they start, I'm sure they're going to start trading not yuan or rubles or whatever money, Indian money, they have rupees. They gonna start trading into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is a universal energy and universal money. So that's the reality. So yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments so much, guys. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for everybody watching me. I'll try to go more often. And yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. And none of this financial advice, of course, guys. Learn about crypto more. It's very exciting. It's a very cool community, a lot of knowledgeable people, a lot of investors, it's a very interesting and cool community. So that's all I can tell you guys. Thanks so much for all your attention, guys, and I'll be back in a couple of days or soon. All right, this is out. Have a good one.